The first problem on the angle review is solving for x, and if I look at the image that I have, I see immediately that it is a right angle. If I know that it's a right angle, that means it's complementary, and it says to solve for x first. So I'm going to write an equation, x plus 30 equals 90. I can draw a line down the equal sign, and I can combine like terms. Then I have a two-step equation, so I can subtract 30 on both sides, draw a line and cancel. I can bring down the 2x. 90 minus 30 is 60. Then I have a one-step equation, so I'm going to divide by 2, and cancel. So I know that x equals 30. Part B says find the missing angles. Both of the angles I need to solve for this one. I have angle x, and I have x plus 30. So I know the angle x is going to be 30 degrees, because that's what I solved for x. The x plus 30, I'm going to substitute in this 30 in place of x. I can add, and I know that the other angle is 60 degrees. I can double check to make sure, because I know that they have to equal 90 degrees, and 30 plus 60 equals 90 degrees, so I know that I am correct. For question number 2, it says, what is the name of the line that intersects a set of parallel lines? So here's our parallel lines, and this is the actual line we're looking at. And from our notes, we know that that line is called the transversal. Question 3, what is the angle relationship? I actually have 3 possible answers. They could be adjacent, they could be supplementary, or they could even be a linear pair. Part B says for us to solve for x. To solve for x, I'm going to set up an equation. I know that these angles add up to 180 degrees. So 3x minus 50 plus 20 equals 180. I draw a line down the equal sign. I'm going to combine like terms. So the 50 and the 20, I can make a T-chart off to the side. I know the 50 goes on the negative side and the 20 goes on the positive side. So I know the negative team is winning by 30 points. So 3x minus 30 equals 180. I have a two-step equation. I'm going to add 30 to both sides, draw a line and cancel, bring down 3x, 180 minus plus 30 is 210. Then I can divide both sides by 3. Divide by 3, divide by 3, and cancel. So I know that x equals 70. Now I can go to part C. Part C says to find the missing angle, and we're only looking for the 3x minus 50 angle. So 3 parentheses 70 minus 50 is what we need to use to get that missing angle. 3 times 70 is 210. Bring down the minus 50. 210 minus 50 is 160, and that's the measurement of that missing angle. Question number 4. In the diagram, line M and line N are parallel. So here's M and N. Measurement of angle 1 is 83 degrees. Our first question for this one says, what is the angle relationship between 1 and 2? So I'm going to look at my picture and I'm going to determine what's the relationship. And because I know it is corresponding, I can write my answer. And you would find that in your foldable for angle relationships. Part B says, what is the measure of angle 2? Because you know corresponding angles are congruent, that means they equal each other. So I can easily determine that angle 2 is also 83 degrees. Question number 5 says, name all of the alternate interior angles. Because it says interior, I want to highlight the interior of our parallel line. That tells me I'm only looking at angles 2, 3, 6, and 7. If I'm looking for the alternate, then I'm looking to cross over the transversal. So I see angle 2. I jump over the transversal, and angle 7, our alternate interior, which leaves me with angle 3 and angle 6. Question number 6. At a train station, track B crosses track A and track C. So that's our transversal, which are parallel to each other. So they're saying A and C are the parallel lines. Track A and track B intersect at an angle of 150 degrees as shown. What is the angle relationship? And you're looking at the relationship between the two angles that you're given information about, and that's the 150 degree angle and the one that says X. So I'm going to shade the interior just like I did before, because I'm noticing that they're both on the inside. So I know they're going to be something interior. And I'm not jumping over the track for the transversal. So I know they are same side interior. Question B says, what is the measure of angle X? And that's that angle right there. If I look at the foldable at the same side interior part, it says that they are supplementary, which means they equal 180 degrees. So I can add them together, 150 plus X, and get 180 degrees. So I have a two-step equation, so I can draw a line down the equal sign. I'm sorry, I have a one-step equation, and I can subtract 150 from both sides, draw a line and cancel, and I'm left with X equals 30 degrees, and that would be the measurement of angle X. Number 7, what is the angle relationship? So again, I have the parallel lines. I'm going to shade the interior, and I notice that they are both on the exterior. So I know exterior is something that I'm going to have in my answer. And I do have to jump over the transversal, so they are alternate exterior angles. B says to solve for x, if I look at my foldable, alternate exterior angles are congruent, which means they equal each other. So I can have 60 equals 4x plus 20. Draw a line down the equal sign. I'm going to look at the side that has the most terms, which is the second one, 4x plus 20. And I do see that I can move the 20 over to the other side by subtracting from both sides. 60 minus 20 is 40. And I can bring down the 4x. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 4 and cancel. And I see that x equals 10. Part C says find the missing angle. Well, the only missing angle we have is the 4x plus 20. So 4x plus 20. I'm substituting in what I see is x, which is 10. So 4 parentheses to multiply. 4 times 10 is 40. Add them together, and it is going to be 60 degrees. I also know that they're equal to each other, so I should have gotten 60 degrees. So I know that answer is correct. Question number 8. Use the figure to find the measure of all of the angles if angle 1 is 124 degrees. So I'm going to label 124 degrees for angle 1 since they gave me that information. And then I'm going to label all of the other ones that I know are congruent to that 124 as well. So that would be angle 3, angle 5, and angle 7. And notice all of the obtuse angles are 124 degrees. Now I need to find the acute angle measurement. So I need to set up an equation because I know that measurement plus 124 is 180. To solve my one-step equation, I'm going to subtract 124 from both sides, draw a line, and cancel. So x equals 56. So that tells me all of the other measurements are 56 degrees. Question number 9. The city map below shows the location of new buildings planned for the following intersections. Chester Road and Creek Street are parallel. So these two are parallel. The measure of angle 2 is 60 degrees. What is the angle relationship between angles 2 and 3? So we have 2 and we have 3. If you look at your foldable, you would see that they are vertical angles. And what is the measure of angle 3? If you notice that vertical angles are equal or congruent, if angle 2 is 60 degrees, then angle 3 is also 60 degrees. Question number 10 is an exterior angle question. So I would circle and add together and draw an arrow, just like we did in our notes. So you would write your equation, 20 plus 125 equals x. So that means we would just add them together. So 145 equals x. So our answer is 145 degrees for that angle. Question 11 is a triangle sum theorem question, and you have discovered that all of the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So you would write an equation, 3x minus 15 plus 2x plus 2 plus 23 equals 180. Draw a line down the equal sign and combine like terms. We can combine the 3 and the positive 2x. That would give me 5x. Then I can combine negative 15, 2, positive 2, and positive 23. I'm going to make a T-chart over here with those. So I would put 15 on the negative side, 2 on the positive side, and 23 on the positive side. So I know that the positive side is winning. So this would actually be 25. Oh, and then minus 15. Hold on, I made a mistake. You're fine. I did not make a mistake. So we have 25 and 15, and the difference between those is positive 10. So we would have plus 10 equals 180. Now I have a two-step equation. Minus 10 on both sides. 5x equals 170. Divide both sides by 5. Divide, and cancel. And so x would equal 34. Then it says find the missing angles. Let's find those measurements. So we have 23. So now we need to find the measurement for the 3x minus 15 angle and the 2x plus 2 angle. So I'm going to substitute what x equals into each of those expressions. So 3 times 34 minus 15. 3 times 34 is 102 minus 15. And that gives you 87 degrees. And then for the second one, substitute the 34 in. 2 times 34 is 68. Plus 2 is 70 degrees. And finally, question number 12. Given that M is parallel to N, that's what that means, parallel. So if you know they're parallel, what is the angle relationship? I think I see that they're on the exterior, so I'm going to shade the interior to make sure that I'm right. And I noticed that they both are on the exterior, but they're on the same side of the transversal. So they are same side, exterior. And then I need to know what is the measurement of angle 2. So in my notes on the foldable, it says that same side exterior are supplementary. So that means that they equal 180 degrees. So I can write an equation. X plus 85 equals 180. I have a one-step equation. Subtract 85, draw a line and cancel. When I do my subtraction, I get X equals 95. So the measurement of angle 2 is 95 degrees.